Good morning, I'm Dr Kerry Chant from New South Wales Health with the COVID-19 update for Sunday the 5th of December 2021. There were 286 cases of COVID reported in New South Wales in the 24 hours to 8 p.m. last night, and there were more than 66,000 tests performed during this period, so a big thank you to everyone for coming forward for testing. There is now a total of 15 cases of COVID-19 with the Omicron variant, and genome sequencing is underway and a number of further cases are likely. There are currently 148 COVID cases admitted to hospital, with 26 people in intensive care, 5 of whom require ventilation. Again, that vaccination rate is incredibly high and inching towards that 95% double dose. We've got 94.6% of people aged 16 and over who've received that first dose, and 92.8% are fully vaccinated. And also our 12 to 15-year-olds are inching slightly higher, with 81.4% receiving the first dose and 77.2% are fully vaccinated. It is important that everyone at this time comes forward for vaccination, including your booster doses or your third primary course dose if you have underlying health conditions such as immunosuppression, where you need that third dose to improve the protective antibodies that you get from vaccination. So please make an appointment if you're not already vaccinated. It is essential. Sadly, we're reporting the death today of a gentleman in his 60s from southeastern Sydney who died at St George Hospital. He had received 2 doses of the COVID vaccine and had underlying health conditions. And again, can I express my sincere condolences to his loved ones. In terms of the outbreak, we're continuing to investigate the outbreak of COVID cases associated with the Omicron variant at the Regent's Park Christian School and the Sydney Indoor Climbing Gym in Villawood and the St Peter Chanel Catholic Primary School in Regent's Park. There are now 5 confirmed cases as being Omicron variant linked to these venues, in addition to a confirmed case in the AC2 who likely acquired their infection at the climbing gym. There are a number of other COVID cases linked to these settings, and they're awaiting that genome sequencing, and results should be available over coming days. One of the confirmed Omicron cases is a student at the St Peter Chanel Catholic Primary School in Regent's Park who attended the climbing gym on the Saturday, the November 27th. Contact tracing and urgent genome testing is underway on several cases identified in this school community through the testing yesterday. And can I just say thank you? That school community responded incredibly, and we saw lots of presentations for testing. That rapid testing response really helps us get a good handle on the transmission and prevent its further spread. I'd like to urge everyone who was in the Sydney Indoor Climbing Gym in Villawood on that day to get tested and isolated. We have already contacted people through the SMTX, but if you didn't sign in on that day, please get tested immediately and isolate. And we're asking that your whole family isolates until you've got a negative test and can then effectively isolate. I'd also like to thank the Regent's Park Christian School also for their ongoing cooperation in coming out for testing. It's been so pleasing to see that great community response. It is also important, as we work to suppress the transmission of COVID in our community, that we sustain those high levels of testing. So again, I urge anyone with even the mildest symptoms to get tested and isolate until you receive a negative result. And also practicing those simple COVID-safe behaviours such as wearing a mask in those indoor settings, washing your hands, maintaining social distancing, selecting outdoor venues where that's possible, and also, most importantly, not going out and about if you've got any symptoms of COVID, instead getting tested. These simple steps can prevent COVID, be it Omicron, Delta, or any other variant. So please continue to practice those COVID-safe behaviours. I'd also like to remind overseas travellers of their obligations. It is critical that overseas travellers that are not from those 8 listed countries are aware that they are required to isolate for 72 hours. They are then required to avoid high-risk settings after arrival. That's things like aged care facilities, healthcare facilities, and also we are stressing the need to get that testing at 24 hours and again at 6 days. These simple steps again can help us suppress the transmission of these viruses in the community, and I thank you for your cooperation. And again, stay COVID safe and continue to come out for testing. Thank you.